Hello, I'm Sean. I'm 49 and I live in London. I've always been okay when it comes to age. Birthdays come, birthdays go. It's just a number. But this year, back in April, I turned 49. And I don't know, I'm just going through a bit of I don't know if it's because of me approaching 50 or whether that's just something I'm putting my hat on to. But I just feel quite lost. And surely I can't be the only person feeling this. It's just everybody else around you seems to have their life in order. I've gone through periods in the past where everything's been hunky-dory, and I've had a really good summer this year. I've done more things this summer than I have for a few years. But I don't know, just recently I just feel lost. I've come into my shed to do something and I've turned up and I've just got no enthusiasm to do it whatsoever. I have put a bit more weight on in the last few months. About 6 months ago I started to lose weight and lost quite a bit and got my energy levels back. Then 2 months ago, over the past 2 months, it's gone back up again. Not as bad as it was before, but I'm now feeling the effects of it. But I just don't seem to have the enthusiasm to get that into gear. And I just feel sometimes I wish I could just flip a switch and go to sleep for a week. Just have really good sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and with a bit of focus. I was very focused until I got to my 40s, I think. One of the problems was I set myself goals and I achieved these goals by the time I was about 35-40. And they weren't small goals, they were quite big ones. And I approached them, did them for a few years, and then because I'd got to the top of the hill and achieved what I wanted to achieve, I didn't know where to go. And I've been like that for the last few years. I used to run a very successful YouTube channel, and about 4 years ago sort of took my eye off the ball a bit and the channel started going downhill. And over the past week or two I've destroyed it myself. There was an incident, one of these YouTube bugs, and that sort of started the domino effect of me taking my videos offline. Well, I just deleted them and then sort of thought I should have saved a copy of them. So I managed to find a few, but the majority of them are gone. And the ones that I did find, I started putting them back up on my channel the other day. And I've just found that I've completely disconnected from it. Just completely disconnected from making videos for that channel. And I don't know, is this an age thing? Is this part of approaching 50? You revalue your life and where you want to go and what you want to do? Is that part of this growing up game? But the problem is, when you've achieved everything you wanted to do, where do you go from there? I don't have any social life, not compared to what it used to be. And again, being in London, you find that everything comes down to money at the end of the day. And I've put myself in the last few years into a sort of existence where I've been quite happy to meander along and survive on the money that I do have, the money from the YouTube channel, just to survive along and go along at a bit of a bumbling rate, but to be happy. So I know it's not down to the fact that I want loads of money. As long as there's enough money just to get through each month, then that makes me happy. So I don't know. Am I hitting the midlife crisis? I do feel like I want to go off and just do something completely different. Go off and see the world. But I can't because I've got responsibilities at home. And to be honest, I've got no idea why I've even switched on the camera. It's funny, my other YouTube channel, I'm not telling you what it's about because it's dead and gone. And I'm trying to look to the future rather than to the past. But regarding that channel, I think I've said everything I want to say. And I can't think of... Well, I'm just fed up of saying the same things every few years. But just now in the last 5 minutes, I just had a desire to put the camera on and just to have a verbal diarrhea outpouring. And whether I post this video or not onto a new channel, I've got no idea. But I was just sat outside on the bench and I just thought, is this... I was going to go into the Queen lyrics then. Is this real life or is it just fantasy? I don't know what it is. Maybe it is part of just turning 50. If you've turned 50, did you feel, or are you feeling this way? I just feel exhausted. I just feel that I need a bloody good rest. Maybe it's time to get out of London. That's something I've been saying for the last few years, but did I really mean it? I go through periods where I quite like the hustle and the bustle, and I think it could just be that thing of once you leave, you leave. And to come back, it's a bit of a chore then, if you want to come back for an event. Although saying that, the last event I went to in London was quite a while ago. But it's there, it's on the doorstep. There's a possibility that I could go to something. Once you leave and go and live in the countryside or in a different city in the United Kingdom, then it's gone. It's very difficult to come back, especially with the cost of rents going up and everything. I did live in Manchester for quite a few years, and I could see myself going back there. Who knows what's going on? Middle-age crisis, I think it's definitely here. So, I don't know what the point of this video is. If you can add a bit of advice, put it down in the old comment box below. But like I said, I might not even upload it. Maybe it's just a 10-minute phase and everything will be okay in a bit. We are going into the autumn. Let's hope it's not seasonal affective disorder coming on very soon. Anyway, thanks for listening if you did, and if you didn't, well, you didn't miss anything. I'll catch up with you next time, if there is a next time. I don't know, this might just be a one-off video. Who knows? Anyway, bye for now. See you soon.